Okay, so let's break down a conversation, one you've probably had 100 times in the office. On the surface, it seems super simple, right? But what if I told you it's actually packed with hidden strategies, that it's a masterclass in building trust? Let's dig into the real genius behind everyday small talk. It all kicks off with this, something we've all said 1,000 times. It feels so automatic, you barely even think about it. But this isn't just a formality. Nope. It's the essential first step. It's like the handshake that opens the door for a real connection to happen.
And that really brings us to the big question here. Are these just empty words they're throwing back and forth? Or are Anna and Jake, maybe without even realizing it, using this little chat as a powerful, strategic tool to build a much stronger working relationship?
Well, it all starts with laying the foundation. You'll see that the first few lines of this chat are all about moving past a simple hello and actually building a real human connection. And here it is, the first key move. A little bit of vulnerability. See, Anna could have just said, "I'm fine, thanks," the end. But she shares that she's tired. And Jake immediately jumps in, not just to acknowledge it, but to say, "Hey, me too." That right there, that's empathy in action. It creates this immediate, shared experience.
I mean, think about it. This conversation could have gone two ways. On one hand, it could have been purely transactional. Efficient, sure, but also kind of cold and robotic. Instead, they chose the relationship path. By investing just a few extra seconds to build rapport, they're laying the groundwork for real trust and way better collaboration down the line.
Okay, so they've got that personal connection going. But now comes the tricky part, right? How do you gracefully pivot from the personal stuff to the business at hand without it being awkward? Well, this is where they build the bridge. And this question from Jake, this is the whole key. Anna said she was tired from homework. Instead of just moving on, he skillfully connects her personal feeling directly to their shared professional world, the new project. It's such a smooth transition. It honors the personal connection while steering the conversation right back to work. Brilliant. And this pivot, it isn't just a lucky guess. It actually follows a pretty clear formula. First, you validate what the other person is feeling. Second, you share a little something that connects to it. And third, you use that connection to build a bridge straight to a work topic. It's an elegant and really powerful technique you can totally use yourself. So next, the conversation actually gets a little wider. To make that connection even deeper, they move beyond their own little bubbles and start building a shared world by talking about what's going on around them. So listen to what they bring up. The commute, the traffic, the weather. Now you might think this is just random filler to kill the silence, but it's not. These are things that affect both of them. And talking about it reinforces this idea that, hey, we're in this workday together. Look at it this way. Each of these topics is actually doing a specific job. Talking about the awful traffic isn't just complaining. It's bonding over a shared challenge, and that builds empathy. Mentioning the weather, that's about acknowledging your shared environment, which builds common ground. It's super subtle, but it's totally strategic. You can have an amazing conversation, but it can still just fizzle out if the ending is weak. This final part, the follow-through, this is what cements the whole interaction and actually gives the connection a future. And here it is. This is the move that elevates the entire exchange. And it doesn't just say, well, see ya. By suggesting coffee, she's proposing a future interaction. It's a simple little offer that says, hey, I valued this, and I'd like to continue this conversation. But of course, we've all heard this before, right? Let's grab coffee sometime. It could be so vague, just a polite thing to say. And there is a world of difference between that vague intention and a real, concrete commitment. One is just a nice gesture. The other is an actual plan. And Jake's response here is just perfect. He doesn't just say, sure, and leave it hanging. He nails it down. A specific place and a specific time. Break room, 3 p.m. In one sentence, he turns that vague idea into a solid plan, which shows he's genuinely interested. That specificity, that 3 p.m., it's everything. That's what makes the plan real. It turns a polite maybe into a definite yes. This is how you take the social goodwill you just built and turn it into a real ongoing relationship. So in the end, what we just watched wasn't just small talk, was it? It was a step-by-step masterclass in building a connection and cementing relationship. These everyday chats, when you do them thoughtfully, they are the absolute bedrock of trust, collaboration, and a genuinely positive culture at work.
And that just leaves us with one final thought. Now that you've seen the hidden genius behind this simple chat, how are you going to approach your next one? What little bit of small talk will you use to build a bigger, more meaningful connection at work tomorrow?